So what was like your situation with the label? You was signed to a record label?
Yeah, with Capital. That shit was like, that shit was thorough. It showed me, it gave me a chance, you know, and it showed me a lot of shit though. It showed me how the industry is, how this shit really is, what it's really about. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie, I learned a lot off that shit. I learned how to move and I learned how to like, it ain't never no time you don't stop working. I learned a lot off them for sure, cause it's like, I could say this for a lot of people, it's like, even if you got a record label, you got a record deal, any of that shit, fool, you can't stop and lean back on them. Cause you know you gotta keep going, and I learned that shit, cause it's just like, I'ma keep it real. I got to that point when I was so hot, I cooled down and chilled down, like I ain't had to, you know, keep going and force myself and do what the shit I've been doing. And then it's times I seen that shit and seen what I was doing. I seen what I was doing and I learned from that shit, but at the end of the day, you should know what to do from the beginning, you know, hey, you shouldn't be fucking up. That's all what I'm just trying to say. That record deal, that record label, that shit a good push for, but you the key to anything. You make this shit happen, and at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
So you know, when you first signed, you basically understand that, you thought like, you just let them do everything now?
Yeah, for sure. Like, what you mean? What you say again?
Like when you first signed, like, did you feel like you didn't have to do nothing, like participate in certain events they want you to do, or post your music?
It wasn't that tight. It wasn't that tight. Like, I did everything I had to do. It was that type. I wasn't going. It felt like I could have did more. I wasn't pushing myself to do more. It's like I was settling for what I was just doing, and I knew I could do more. You get what I'm saying? That's all. It wasn't never no time I went. It's like, I'm gonna keep it real. It was like one time I ain't show up for a studio session in Cali, and they was mad as hell. They was mad as hell one time, but I always come to all that shit.
They probably spent a lot of money on that session.
Yeah, for sure.
Studios.
For sure.
So you might not speaking like what you signed for?
Yeah, that shit ain't nothing. I signed for $3,200,000 event. That shit wasn't, that was like a life, that shit, I ain't gonna lie, that shit was a life changing for sure. Cause where I came from, I ain't had that type of shit. I ain't had no type of money like that. Then I damn near couldn't even get up to $500. You get what I'm saying? So I put in work for that shit. I signed for that $3 million contract, and it was $3 million and a $200,000 advance, for sure, Jim.
So how that type of stuff work? You know, when people get advances, do you gotta like drop albums to earn your money, or?
Hell yeah, you gotta do a lot of shit to earn your money. You gotta drop mixtapes, you gotta drop albums, you gotta pay them their money back that they gave you. So, you know, you gotta do it's a lot of shit to come with that. It ain't just like they give you a lot of money and you just got the money and you ain't gotta do nothing. You think you just gonna keep getting paid, they gonna keep getting you money, you gotta earn that shit. It's that shit a job, it steps to that shit, you know?